Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and today's video. So this is something that I've been doing in the background for quite a few months. It's been a little project. I, on this channel, have many times spoken about my general inability and lack of skills when it comes to makeup and makeup application. It was just something that I was never into when I was younger, and probably because my mom wouldn't let me wear makeup until I was a lot older. She was very strict. I did more tinkering with hair and with nails than I ever did with makeup, which is completely at odds with kind of the youth of today. My daughter, who's 20 years old, is a genius at makeup. She's incredibly good at application. And I mean, sometimes when she's just bored, I've seen her sit around for an hour or two just putting makeup on and then taking it all off. I never did those things. And in fact, she's so good with makeup. A couple of years ago, right before a Christmas party at work, I asked her if she would do my makeup for me. Now, our Christmas parties start in the afternoon, so you would generally go into work in the morning, kind of already made up and all dolled up and ready to go. So I'd asked her, would she do that for me? And she's like, Mom, I've got school. She was still in high school at the time. I said, tell you what, I'll let you skip school if you will do my makeup, which she did, and I looked amazing. So obviously the point of this whole video is makeup education. So I was contacted by a company called the Online Makeup Academy. So they were a fan of the channel and thought we might be able to actually work together. And the timing was perfect because for a while now, only because of this channel, I've been getting more into makeup. It was never been my thing, but I like tinkering now. And as I'm getting older, the challenges are becoming very specific with older skin. The timing was actually perfect. So they gifted me this course and just asked me to come back and share my honest opinions with you. And as you guys know, my opinions here are always honest. So the Online Makeup Academy has a couple of different courses depending on where you are and what it is you're trying to do. I'm going with their sort of foundation course, which is called the Master Makeup Program. And I said to them in the very beginning, look, I got nothing. I got no skills. I know nothing. And they said, that's actually great. As long as you have a genuine interest and a willingness to learn and to use the program, you are absolutely fine. But the interesting thing is at the end of this course, I will actually be a certified makeup artist. You get a certification that is worldwide. And that means that you are in a position where you could go and do this for a business. Now, I don't have any aspirations for that at all. I don't want to be a makeup artist, but I do just want to get some basic skills that I can use for myself that, you know, every now and then I want to do that flawless makeup. I would like to look as if I had had it done by a professional. I do want to emphasize this is a professional makeup course. So if you actually want to go out and do this for a job, this to me would be a no-brainer starting point because the skills you get are specifically geared toward going out and doing this for a business. So the way that they've designed it is actually fantastic. So just looking at it from a professional standpoint, there are a couple of things that I think are hugely beneficial. They start off with just sort of what are the kit essentials? If you're going on to a set, you need to make sure you have everything in your kit that's going to work in that particular scenario. So they break it all down to exactly what you need. So even down to the teeny tiniest little thing that might seem irrelevant is completely necessary. They have a whole section just on your station and kind of sanitation. So I've been doing this course after COVID. So there is a huge amount of information about how you keep people safe because you're actually touching people's faces. And there's a whole protocol around that that really gives you the tools you need to do it properly. They cover all different type of ethnicities, different skin tones, different skin conditions. They're kind of covering all the things you might run up against when you are trying to make someone look perfect for a particular situation. And even down to things like what is the etiquette? What are the things that are expected of you? So you're kind of getting armed with all of this information well in advance. So there are no surprises if you go to your first gig. They're always talking about working on TV sets, movie sets, working on photo shoots, and there's all this sort of technical information that's going to help you so that you do a better job even from the very beginning. Even down to funny things like what happens if you're working on a model that cries a lot, like when you're applying makeup and you're trying to put something on the waterline. You know, what if her face wells up with tears? How do you combat that? So there's all these little technical sort of tricks of the trade that are very beneficial. But there are things that for me that I've gotten out of it, while all that stuff is interesting, it's not the stuff that I'm going to be using as a regular person who just wants to get better. A couple of things like eye shape and even face shape. Now, a lot of you guys might already know this, like where to contour based on your face shape. I didn't know any of that. Or how to make your eyes that perfect almond shape when you don't have almond shaped eyes. So all those sort of technical things, even down to color theory. I've really struggled understanding my undertone. You can probably look at me and go, oh, sure, you've got a red undertone or a yellow or whatever. But it's helping you understand how to use color to correct some of the issues that we have with our skin. There's a segment on brushes. I actually have a full collection of brushes here that I've had no idea what to do with them. Now I know. And not only that, when you're supposed to use synthetic brushes versus real brushes, there's a whole science behind that I knew absolutely nothing about. There's a whole segment just on how to create the perfect red lip that stays. And if you're anything like me and you've tried to make a lipstick last, you had no idea how to do it, now I do. One of the really interesting pieces of this too, again pertaining to me, was how to wear cool colors, because I'm a warmer skin tone and I'm always wanting to play with silvers and light blues, and I don't go near those colors because I'm better with neutrals and tans and more corally kind of colors. So it's allowed me to understand how I can build on something for people that have a darker skin tone or a warmer skin tone like myself. Okay, so looking at the curriculum, it's broken down into 9 different modules. And the first modules are really more informational. Like I said, it's talking about how to set up your kit and your station and sanitation and stuff. And around module 4 is when you start to get into the demos. And what is so great about this is it is step-by-step instruction. So you're watching a video of the makeup artist applying to a model. And it is very detailed, it is very particular, and you get to watch it step by step, which enables me to follow step by step, which is what I've been doing. And at the end of every module, you submit a homework assignment. So essentially, if you have just watched a no makeup tutorial, then you will perform it on yourself or a model. You will take photos of the before and after and you submit it to them for a critique. And it's brilliant because what they do is they send you a critique video back and they tell you what you did right and what you did wrong or areas for improvement. So for example, I submitted mine for mature skin. Of course, that's where I am, 52 mature skin. I submitted this before and after and followed to the T everything that they did in the demo and tutorial. And then I got my video back and it was great. And it was actually really supportive, which is fantastic. So they said there are certain things that you just did really well. I was great with making sure the prep was there. So my skin looked plump and dewy. It didn't look dry and cracked. And which is a huge concern with mature skin. They said that the foundation color was correct, because boy, have I learned a lot about that, by the way, how to pick the right shade. For example, makeup oxidizes. So if you're checking your shade, you need to leave it for a couple of minutes to see what happens. I thought that was very interesting. So I had the shade right. I had the blush right. Even the eyebrows, they said, were very good. And I've learned eyebrows are not supposed to be even, so do not worry about it. What she did say was, I wouldn't have picked that color for the eyeshadow. They said the color for the lips was perfect. I'm wearing something similar today. But they said I wouldn't have picked that color because I have a lot of redness in my skin and the redness just makes people look tired. So she said it would have been best to instead go with more neutral colors or even go more into the corally space that will probably be more complementary, which is what I did today. But I have to say that even during this particular tutorial, I was shocked at how long it takes to make beautiful makeup. Fair play to you. This is an artistry. There's no doubt about it. But the number of different colors of eyeliner that were used. So we sort of did an eyeliner and then it says, okay, now pick up this brush and do this. And I'm like, what? We already did the eyeliner. And you put it on, you're like, oh yeah, okay, that does look better. And then they go pick up this other brush and now we're going to do another layer there. And I'm like, what? How could you do another layer of eyeliner? Oh yeah, that looks really good. So I think really you just kind of have to trust the process. So at the end of that critique video, they say, you've done a great job. Here are some subtle changes, but you've passed. So you can now progress on to the next module. So you're doing that throughout the whole process. So you're getting a lot of really useful information that allows you to go back and practice more. Now, before I got started, one of the things I was worried about is having enough makeup, like what is in the kit. The beauty of this is that they give you the kit. They give you a pro kit as a starting point. Now, you're probably going to need to supplement along the way, and that's no biggie, but they're giving you the basis for all the stuff that you really need. They're giving you primers. They're giving you 4 different shades of foundation, 4 different shades of concealer. You've got multiple palettes for color correcting, for contouring, for lips, for cheeks, for eyes, loads of different colors to play with. And they're showing you how to mix and how to layer them to get a desired effect. You're getting makeup brushes, you're getting false eyelashes, you're even getting glitter. So it's going to give you a lot of the stuff that you need in order to kick off. The value of all of this stuff, because these are really good quality products, is over $700. That's nearly the cost of the course, which I think is phenomenal. Now, I'm still on the course. I haven't completed it yet because the one thing that I've noticed is that practice, practice, practice. I don't think after completing it once, you're done. I'm not comfortable enough to be done with that. The other thing they're going to say, if you are going to do this as a profession, you need to go and get models. You need to get people to do this on. Now, I'm not doing that because it's really just for me. But if you really want to make this your profession, you need to get people of different ages, different ethnicities, different skin types, different skin tones, people that have problematic skin, because they are teaching you all the tools of how to overcome this so that every person looks perfect for that particular environment. So how you prepare someone for outdoors is going to be very difficult for someone that you're preparing for flash photography or for film and video. So they're going to break all this stuff down to you, and you get that kind of detail so that you know how to apply. Like, it's just brilliant. Now, I think that there are three main takeaways in addition to all the technical stuff for me that I think I kind of knew, but I didn't know until I started doing it. And let me just say, you guys may already know this. You guys may be way better at makeup than I am. But the first thing that I found is skin prep and how important that is. Now, I kind of lean in that direction anyway. It's all about making sure that your skin is in good condition. Trying to put makeup on top of skin that is dehydrated or is angry or is sad or whatever, it's going to deliver a bad result or not as good a result. So I love the fact that they're putting all that importance on making sure your skin is hydrated, making sure it's clean, and it's just ready to go. The second thing is, and I was kind of surprised by this, that less is more. You know, and that's my philosophy anyway, but to see how they are applying things in a way so it doesn't look cakey, but it looks like that desired effect. And I'm surprised to see how little product is used a lot of the time, particularly on the foundation, you know, putting it in the center and kind of blending it out and making sure that you're not using too much. Love that. And the last thing, it's all about the blend. Blend, 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 blend. And I don't think I realized that, how important that is, particularly with your eye makeup. You're putting a lot of different colors on to achieve something. I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked. But blend, 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 and it's just all seamless. It's just the name of the game. So if you guys aren't doing that now, a very clean blending brush will be your best friend. I have learned that. One of the things I think I've enjoyed or appreciated the most about this is there's no deadline. You can completely take this at your own pace. And in fairness, I started this ages ago, but because I have a full-time job and then I have this channel, which is also a full-time job, I was trying to sneak this in, and you need to really take the time to practice. So for me, it's been a slow process. I fit it in where I can, and that's perfectly fine. There is no deadline. There is no due date. Once you are a part of the program, you have complete access, unlimited, forever. And that goes for the follow-up too. So even at the end of the process, when you are done, you've completed the course, you can still go back in and access this stuff at any time. And I keep going back and referencing videos over and over and over because there's some little tiny technique there. And I'm like, what was that again? And I will go back in and relook at it because I think this is something that takes time and I think it takes practice. So this is not a one and done. This is not them chasing you going, why haven't you completed the course? You can do this completely at your own pace, which for me is taking a very long time, but that's what fits in with my lifestyle. So I'm slowly getting those tools. I'm slowly attaining those skills that will just translate into more and more of my daily routine. So in addition to this, you also get regular emails if you want them. And it's really useful information for people that are really trying to go out and make a go of this for a profession. There will be things like how to network, you know, how to set up something in your local community so that you start to help out other makeup artists. And it's a way of kind of getting into that network and getting more noticed. There's also a segment on branding yourself. You know, how do you represent who you are and what you stand for and what you're going to do differently out there in the marketplace. So really, really useful tools for somebody who wants to make a real career out of it. So I just want to say, and maybe you can see the enthusiasm, I'm enjoying this so much. In fact, a couple of days ago, I walked into Gary and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Look, look. Wasn't that exciting for you?
Tremendously.
And one of the things I think is so cool, I could have waited to the end of this to share it with you, but I'm enjoying it so much, and who knows how long that's going to take. But what I've loved is that it's helped me get out of my comfort zone. I've been very nervous around makeup. I always think I'm doing things wrong, but the more you do it and you're getting that positive response back going, actually, you're doing a good job here, it makes me experiment more. So for example, here is the lip palette, right, that they send. I would never have used these colors before. You can see I'm wearing some of them today. I thought they were too bold. I didn't think it was the right color. And they're going, no, that's great. Wear more of that. So now I'm experimenting more. I'm learning how to dial things up, dial things down. And there isn't anything I should be scared of. And I think that's one of the true benefits for me taking this course. Like, I'm just a regular Joe. And it's given me confidence to do things I wouldn't do before. So I'm having a lot more fun with makeup. And that's great because as I get older, first of all, I have more time now. I don't think I ever wore makeup really because I didn't have the time for it. But I get to experiment more and to find out more about myself, another way of expressing myself. And at the end of this, you can apply for a pro card, which I haven't done yet because I'm not finished yet. So what that gives you access to are the partners with Online Makeup Academy. And it gives you a card that gives you 40% off if you shop with those guys. So there can be a huge savings to the products that you're going to have to buy, particularly if you're a makeup artist, but even if you're not, to get things at 40% off is really freaking cool. So I'm looking forward forward to that access too. So if you have an interest in checking this course out or any of their courses, go to onlinemakeupacademy.com and I will put the details down below. This course runs $899 US. And I think that you can break it down into 4 payments if I'm not mistaken. But if you have an interest in this, like I'm 52 and I'm just now learning how to use makeup. I must have looked really bad for the bulk of my life. But at any rate, if you have an interest, I can't recommend it enough. I think it's fantastic. And like I said, it's something that I will continue to finish. I will continue to practice. And all of these little pieces are something that I'm going to use absolutely every day, or absolutely every day that I wear makeup. So that is it for today's video. What did you think? Have you had any interest in this? Have you been thinking about a career? Would you like to have those little tips and tricks? I really think it's worth it. So I would love to hear from you. Are you my age and haven't a clue? I hope I'm not the only one. But I also want to say a huge thank you to Online Makeup Academy for getting in touch, because the skills that I'm acquiring are phenomenal. And I'm grateful, because I never would have done this. I kind of wanted to do something like this, but I probably never would have. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please do give me a thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye.
Okay, we're on.